Hi everyone, my name is Emily Detweiler and this is my online introduction PowerPoint for our first module. So I am a second grade teacher in the Ephrata Area School District. This is my fourth year that I'll be teaching there, and this is a picture of my kiddos. This is actually a picture from last year. Haven't had a chance to take a picture yet because school just started on Monday, but I absolutely love being a second grade teacher. I've been teaching second grade the whole time I've been in Ephrata, and it's just been a great experience and just something I really love. I graduated with my undergrad from Millersville, so I'm a Millersville alum, which is pretty fun. And this is just a little bit over here about me. This is me and my husband, Greg. Greg is also an alum of Millersville. Last December, we adopted our dog Charlie from a rescue mission, and we really love him, and he really fits in, and he has such a big personality, as you can tell in this picture. He's such a goof. Some things about me: my husband and I, we just bought a house in October, so we have a lot of projects that we're doing around the house, and they continue on even though we've been in here almost a year. But I love doing them around the house and being in the garden. We love to play board games, and this picture right here is the newest board game we really like. It's called Century Spice Eastern Wonders, and then it's a fun board game and just trading different spices and competing against each other. I also love to cook, so that's one of my favorite things, and I love Harry Potter. It's my favorite book series. It's a series that I could just keep reading over and over and over again. I am in the STEM program. That's the concentration I have for this for the whole program, really. And this class is actually my last class in the program, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I should be graduating in December, which I'm very excited about because it's been not too bad, and I've really enjoyed what I've learned and just the experience that I've had so far with my different classes. So to answer the first question about Mills and Spencer and the 4 stages of the action research process, to be honest, I'm a little intimidated by an action research project just because I've never done one before, and I just want to make sure that I'm staying on the ball as a teacher for my second grade students, but also being able to finish strong in this class and just learn the best as much as I can. While I thought I would struggle with everything, the biggest area that I think I'm going to have the most difficulty is analyzing and interpreting the data. I just want to I feel that way because I might not interpret it correctly. I might be looking at different things that may not be what I'm supposed to be looking at, but I guess if I'm coming up with it, it doesn't really matter. But then again, I don't really know. Also, would I have the correct tools or strategies to interpret the data? Took the research class in this program, and other classes too incorporated some research into it, but I'm still just a little intimidated and just wanting to kind of just ease my worries with it, and just want to make sure I also want to just not hinder my students from interpreting incorrectly, and I think that's my biggest worry in this stage because I want to make sure that everything I do is helping my students move forward and helping them be the best that they can be. And if I'm not interpreting the data correctly, that I'm not going to be able to help them so that they can succeed. And then question 2 with in the book with Mills, when they discuss the need to make action research a part of daily teaching practices. When I read this first question of what obstacles do I see in this approach, my initial obstacle was time. And I think that's the biggest thing that teachers always struggle with. And I just, want to know, when will I have the time to complete this on top of all of the curriculum I need to teach to my kiddos. And so it wasn't until I read the second bullet point under that heading, it actually continues on page 23, where it says teachers already have too much to do and not enough time in which to do it. The action research process is intended to provide a systematic framework that can be applied to our daily teaching routines. So that helped ease my worries a little bit and ease my initial reaction, which was the time. And so I don't feel as nervous about that because I know that whatever we do, it's going to apply to what I'm doing with my students. I also think an obstacle could be to get my co-workers on board due to needing to explain the research, which would even take more time, which was the third bullet point on page 23, just asking colleagues for support with implementation. I know some other people in this course who are from Ephrata, so that's really great because we have that common thread. We don't necessarily work at the same school, but at least we're in the same district so that we can kind of be on the same page with what we're doing. And for the last question, I thought the Julia Nora story really resonated with me because I had the same initial reaction to my first research class. I was really thinking, okay, when am I really going to honestly use this? And is this honestly beneficial to me and what I'm doing with my students? And it wasn't until much later in the course that I realized, okay, action research is important for me to do as a teacher so that I can help my students grow more. I can help me as a professional grow more, and just being on top of what's the latest in education. And so I just thought it was interesting how when she was talking that she was like, okay, yeah, when am I going to have time to do this in my own classroom? I was like, okay, that's exactly what I thought. So I, had the same reaction. I was asking, was it really useful? When would I have time in my own busy classroom? And I also really liked how she said how she wanted to work with colleagues because she felt that it was important to lean on perspectives from others, which I enjoyed in the research class previous to this. Just being able to work with other people to hear their point of views and everything. And just some concerns, again, would be time, just having the time and implementing it into my classroom. Also the relevance, is it going to be relevant for my students? And I need to keep that in mind because I don't want to be doing double the work. I want to be able to come up with an action research that I'll be able to implement to help my students in what we're doing, and am I capable enough? I know it's kind of a crazy question, but I get intimidated by action research because I think these stigmas that I already have in my mind of what it's supposed to be. So that's what I'm hoping to break down those barriers, and just knowing that I'm able to be capable to conduct the research. Thanks guys, I'm gonna enjoy listening to all your videos and meeting you guys and working with you throughout this course.